Hello, world. Good
Hi.
morning, good afternoon,
Mm.
wherever you are, future, past, present in the same area with us. Hello, everyone. It's so great to be with you. And we're going to dive deep into something that is very present for both of us. And it's about our podcast, but actually, it's more than that. So let's see what it will be about. And before we're going to dive into our own beautiful, magical hearts. So let's close the eyes for a few moments and taking a deep breath, calm in, filling your heart with air, all this prana, and out. One more time. Tuning to your beautiful, magical heart, tuning to your breath, tuning to the present moment. Find the joy and taking a deep breath in and one out. And breathing in and out, listening to the silence. I was asking myself, is there something that I want to say that is more valuable than the silence itself? And the answer was no. So then I just decided to keep the silence and respect and honor it, as it was more interesting than what I was about to say. And slowly opening the eyes and coming back in the room and here. Right.
Here we are. I don't even know how many episodes we've had, and I'm creating this in the context of podcast first, and then I'll go in the live. Right. What I'm dealing with in regards to podcast is several ways it occurs to me. There is a part where it's something that we do anyway, we have always done, which is we have conversations, and all there is we just put the camera in front of our faces. It's almost as if there is no accountability and yeah, towards everyone else that's out there listening. It's just me and you. The other way, I'm finding a lot of resistance within myself. I'm finding resistance of sharing the podcast with specific people or most people, or when someone that I know wants to get to know me, and they figure out about who I am, and they start looking into what I do, which is like, performances, and looking up the videos. And now there is this podcast, which is where I feel very naked. There is nothing. In fact, I don't even. There's so many things that are coming up that I don't even know they exist within me. It makes me incredibly uncomfortable and almost at times angry. I'm like, yeah, they're letting everyone into my life, and I'm not comfortable with that. And so this is an inquiry that I started a few weeks ago, and I see how it amplifies with every day that passes. It becomes stronger, and my resistance becomes stronger with it. It's like I'm letting everyone into my life and who I am, and into discovery of who I am.
Now it comes the question. What is it that you don't want them to discover about you specifically? Please don't say, I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know. Well, I don't want you to know what I do with my days. I don't want you to. This is the surface stuff, right? I don't want you to know about my private life, which is, dating, partnership, married, divorced, all of that. I don't know you to know. I don't want you to know about my work life. I don't want you to know my struggles. I think that's the biggest one. That's the biggest one. I don't want you to know about my struggles, because that image of Irma that's out there is, I'm independent, I'm strong, I manage my life and pretty much a lot of people's lives. And here, that shield is a lot of times it's out. It's just out. It's just I get to discover that parts of me that are not healed, and parts of me that are ugly, and I don't necessarily like myself or accept them myself. So, and here I don't have that power anymore. I don't have the power to play all the roles that I get to play otherwise. That's the thing. If you and I go on a date and I want to play a certain role on this date because I want to create myself a certain specific way with you, I don't get to do that anymore. So I'm at an unfair disadvantage in a way.
You feel like when people know things about you, you lose the power?
Lose the power to play, to pretend, to.
And why is it bad if people know everything about you? What will happen bad? What is the worst thing that can happen if people know everything about you?
I think maybe even opposite of that. Nothing bad will happen. It has never been it has never existed. What bad would happen?
Don't go into denial. Tony Robbins was saying that we are doing things from two reasons: to move forward to the pleasure or to run away from the pain. And it feels like this case is more of a you are moving away from the pain to not feel some pain. So what that it is going to happen to you if people will know the truth about you and everything about your inner landscape and inner world?
The obvious answer comes in, they might not like me, but that I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. There's something else. I think it's more of a they have now power over me. I think that's it. It's almost as if I give away that power to create myself however I want to someone that I don't even know. And fear. If I look at the past and I come out from the past, I can see that getting close to my partners, for example, right? I can think of one or two of them with whom I was completely naked, shieldless, not protecting myself, trusting that, oh man, oh, it just came, like one came, how much that was used against me.
Yes.
So it's not looking good. I mean, it's still there looking good and wanting to be a certain way with certain people, but it's more of a powerless. So again, we're coming back to helpless.
So there is for sure an unconscious desire for this podcast to not grow and stay small so it doesn't get to many people, because this way they don't get to know things about you, about me. And then that's great.
Same thing
That's
happens.
wonderful.
Same exact thing that has stopped me from recording my course.
Wow. You see it.
There, I see it even more so. I have so much to say and contribute, right, in piano world, and I'm just not able to get over that line. Plus, oh, there is also this thing. I don't know. I'm not good enough. I mean, if in piano I'm not good enough, think of here how then there is a comparison of how people are doing the podcasts and how then my brain starts, what are you actually contributing? What is the reason this exists? Oh, it's nothing. How can anyone really have value out of this? So diminishing this,
Yeah.
diminishing my work, diminishing my performances, because I'm not, who would want to listen to that? So I thought that was the primary reason at some point last week, but now I see that that is my brain coming up with excuses for it not to, for me not to do things, for me to keep it small, for me to just hide, 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 everywhere, hide.
Falling asleep when it's time to record the podcast.
Okay, you guys, this is first time this happened, but it happened, right? We have these podcast recordings on Wednesdays, and on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. my time. And today at 7:02, Alessia is calling me and she's like, "Where are you?" And I didn't even remember we were doing it. So in 10 minutes, here I am. But but completely, yeah. So my subconscious is just really resistant and working everything, every angle of it. And I really want to break through that because it's this hiding, as my coach told me, you're busy hiding and managing your life and not living
Yeah,
it. And I think
exactly.
that's what's happening. It's
Wow, that is
exhausting.
so beautiful. That is so powerful. Busy hiding and managing your life. Wow. For me, this is so beautiful, to talk about it and not necessarily expose it, because for me, it's like exposing it is like putting abusively out there. Look at it. It's not that. Can we be like, gentle with ourselves and talk about it? Because guess what? We are all hiding, and we are all managing in a way to hide those parts of us that we think will be rejected by the world. But in this way, we're also suppressing and not letting the God expression come out through this version of us. In a way, like Irma God, she's hiding it. For me, this is just saying it makes me, I could cry a river right now about it. And I have the same, Irma. You're not the only one, here expressing that. You just have the courage to express that. But let's look also at the impact. What is the impact of this unconscious desire not to grow, not to get to as many people as possible? What is the impact of our unconscious desire to hide?
We'll just continue having this reality. And it will
Which
be,
is
small, talking with each other, and there is no room for growth, expansion, for impact out there in the world. And if I look at the impact that we might have and our vision with this podcast, this is, and this podcast will transform. I'm clear on that. We will grow and it will grow with us.
yes.
And that is the potential and possibility out there. And without, is the world going to be great? Yeah. What might be missing is one spot where we get the courage to speak up and in the future have guests who will uncover something for themselves in just 20 minutes of a talk. What's the impact is the world continues to be this pretty place where everything is filtered and nobody talks about the real shit that's happening in our heads. Really, the biggest impact is I keep hiding. I keep living a small life. I keep playing the games and I keep not being in my life. And that is the biggest thing. And with this podcast, it's like a reminder because that will always be there. That's how I am. And this is what I would have been as an identity. So it's silly to imagine that it's, oh, I just discovered it and it's going to go away. It's not. However, with the podcast being in place and our commitment, me and you committing to not letting each other off the hook, not letting you guys off the hook, just always being here, whatever shows up, just bring it up. Whatever is ugly, take a look at it so that it stops. Transform the ugly into beauty. Transform it by looking at it. And so, impact is that I don't get to do that you don't get to do that. And you guys out there, the world doesn't get to do that with us.
What do we create ourselves as a possibility officially in front of people, Irma? What do we create ourselves as a possibility?
Relentless, unstoppable, in the face of looking good, in the face of fear, in the face of judgment. I think fear comes also from judgment, in the face of powerlessness, giving away that power. I mean, when we give away power, we gain one, but I don't really want to say that, right? In the face of all of those considerations, I think we are unshakable. That's what moves me and inspires me is that we are unshakable. You cannot move me.
Like a mountain.
I'm that person. I'm not going to say it, but you know who I am. That person that I'm right now training to be. That's why I am.
So when you're that unshakable, Irma, like a mountain, and oh my God, I don't know if I know something more powerful than a mountain. Thank you. I'm creating myself as being free to talk about pretty much anything, pretty much anything. I don't want to know myself as someone that is hiding something, a little subject, I'm saying, for others not to see, not to know. I want to explore myself fully and I want to share myself with the world. So yes, I'm the possibility of freedom. Freedom.
Do you have that unconscious stopper for the podcast?
There is no full commitment in making it this center
Why?
because I have other priorities than this podcast. And that is the truth of it. And when it's not my priority, I don't give a lot of energy to it. For example, if I have 100% the energy, I'll give 25%, let's say, or 20%, but not 100%. And for me, there's nothing.
There's something, no. There's something else there, because when we started, you kept saying, "I'm pregnant. I'm already there," and
Yeah.
you see yourself when you're fully into things. So, what is there something there? You say you're free, and then you say also that there is some resistance when people, know about this podcast. So, what is it?
No. For me, there is no resistance that people know about this podcast. For me, it's resistance about if I'm committing to something, I know myself. If I commit myself fully, it means I give my all. And that means all my time, all my energy to that thing. And when I was editing the podcast, sometimes it takes me like 5 hours to edit it, and sometimes more. And I'm okay with that. But I'm like, okay, so if editing takes so long, if I do other things, probably it will take even longer. And then now I'm losing my time, my free time to do other things that I want to do, like drinking tea, reading books, or just doing nothing. And I don't want, I'm again running away from the feeling of being trapped. Because I associate, committing to something and giving myself fully to something that means like, that's it. I don't know if I can breathe and I don't know if I can have a way out. It's just there and it traps me. So for me, it's the trapment that I don't want to feel. I'm stopping the podcast from growing, not putting energy into it.
Take a look at the impact now.
Well, the impact is when I don't put energy into that, it doesn't grow. So it stays stuck. Me running from stuckness, now I create stuckness.
I want to see you stepping out of that. The one that expresses herself. That is, how would it be to be fully in there? Because time and hours, Alessia, and also is a concept, and we expand it. We know when you're taken by something, there is no time. Just disappears. What I see on my side is maybe you're so busy protecting your time and freedom within that time that you're actually trapped in that protection of time. Just like me, I'm protecting my privacy and I'm trapped in managing that. For me, it's that privacy and I don't want to be naked in front of them. So I'll just, and for you, it's the same action, but it's with your freedom, it's with your time.
Yeah.
So now you're too busy choosing where to give your time, where not to give your time, escaping things you want to do because it's too much, not committing to things because it will take away. That's it. Like you run away, right? So that is for both of us. That is how we lived our life. This is how we live, and then where we go automatically. And consider you can actually have it all. Because if you are the expression of God who has all this talent, all this purpose, and what if you could have it all and actually give yourself to it?
I'm sure, in the past I had a lot of disappointments when I gave myself fully and it just nothing happened there. So for me, like, what is the fucking point if I'm putting all this effort, all this work, and then nothing happens? And it's like, fuck it. So it's that. Because when I don't give myself fully, then I have an excuse if it doesn't work. Then I can say, hey, see, it didn't work. Well,
Yes.
evidence, right? That's how I sabotage the podcast in this way and not putting the effort and time more than I do already. So I do the minimum, baby, bare minimum. just to survive in a way.
How does that life look like? You're 80 years
Half
old and you live that life and you protected your
half-heartedness,
time.
half lived half-hearted in a way, half-hearted.
It occurs that for both of us in this context, as well as other contexts, no matter what the stopper is, what's missing is commitment, fully in.
Yes, as the commitment.
What's the impact of it not being out there in the world? And we talk, I talked about how, this is a place we talk about the ugly. We bring the ugly and we transform it into the beauty. Because when you look at the ugly, when you stay with the ugly, you see that it transforms in front of your eyes. And you really look
Yes,
at it.
it does.
It's only ugly. And really anything ugly, like any picture that, if you stay enough with it and if you look enough, you'll find things that are beautiful about it. Music, same thing, right? So I was thinking that, and now as you were creating that possibility, I think the impact of us not committing and not doing this is bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's the impact is that we don't get to transform ourselves and our lives in a way where we are those people. You who is at the source and who gets to express yourself, and me who is unshakable with everything I have to bring into this world. Commitment for me here would be just being unshakable for me. No, this thing you don't, I'm the mountain of expression of whatever's out there to express. And I'm the mountain for you, not just for me. And I'm mountain for all of you. You won't shake me. And
Wow.
for you, it's that source, a source where you get to be the person you're here, because the gifts you have is just, we have not even looked at it yet. If you pause and stay and take deep dive, what do you think is your gift? What was given to you? And then how are you hiding it?
And if you enjoy being with us, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye, everyone.